Dropbox announced on Friday that it was acquiring Orchestra, the maker of the Mailbox app that I reviewed recently. TechCrunch estimates that the price was around $100 million. This is a sizable purchase for Dropbox, valued at $4 billion, roughly proportional to the 10x larger Facebook's buy of Instagram for a cool billion. There are other similarities, as well. As with Facebook and Instagram, Dropbox is going to continue to develop Mailbox as a separate product. Also, like Facebook, Dropbox is in a very advantageous position to facilitate the scaling of its new charge. Demand for Mailbox is so great that even a month after launch, the app still has hundreds of thousands of people on its waiting list. And as with Google's acquisition of the iOS/Mac email client Sparrow, there are questions about what will happen to Mailbox down the road. For the moment, though, it is clear that founder Gentry Underwood could use the help. Mailbox has a beautiful, minimalist interface that is a joy to use. Performance, however, is an issue. I have been using the app for the last month and I find it only a partial solution to my email problems. With Dropbox's help, perhaps it can close the loop and deliver a truly end-to-end product. Let me explain. What Mailbox excels at is quickly sorting mail messages on the fly. I find that perhaps half of the email messages I receive can either be archived, deleted or filed based on the subject line and two-line snippet in the inbox view. But when you go to view a full message there is often a delay while the full text downloads, at least on my iPhone 4. In comparison, the built-in iOS Mail app is much zippier at displaying full messages. And then, of course, there are the fraction of email messages that require a longer response than can be comfortably tacked out on an iPhone. For this, a desktop client for Mac OS X would be ideal. So at the moment, for me, Mailbox has become something other than a full email solution, but herein lies an interesting point. The Mailbox app is actually an email prosthetic designed to change your behavior. Once I got Mailbox set up with folders for my different projects and started using it, I did succeed at getting my inbox to zero. And, more or less, I have been able to keep it fairly manageable compared to the previous anarchy. But I also very quickly discovered the limitations described above. Did this derail the whole process and send me back to my old, messy ways? No. And this is where I think the real and considerable value of the app lies. The process of setting up the app actually taught me a way to use Gmail in a more structured way, and I now use it that way no matter which email client program I have at hand. I don't know how atypical I am, but I now use both Mailbox and Mail on my iPhone and the Gmail web interface on Chrome on my desktop machines using the OS X desktop mail client on the desktop is just too slow for searching my huge archive compared to the web client in Chrome. So that's 3 different ways of accessing my Gmail account, and I now use the same set of behaviors on all 3 that I learned from Mailbox. I now routinely delete, file or archive messages in a fairly timely manner so they don't pile up, something I never did before. Less useful to me, so far, is the scheduling function in Mailbox to send messages into the future as reminders, though I anticipated using it more. Circling back to the Dropbox acquisition, I can't see how getting people more in the habit of archiving and filing their email as a way of attaining inbox zero aligns nicely with a company that wants to sell convenient cloud storage. If you are a Gmail user, you are used to your mail being in the cloud, but it's not really your cloud, it's Google's. Dropbox wants you to think that your storage bucket is yours and that you can share it as you like. The more premium services it can attach to that bucket, and the more convenient ways it can give you to fill it, the higher a monthly fee you will eventually be comfortable with. In some ways this is similar to Dalton Caldwell's unbundling idea that is behind apppeer.net. Except the emphasis is titled at present more towards selling storage than apps to work with that storage. Mailbox does not now search your mail in the cloud, just what is stored on your phone. This is another reason why you might find yourself using more than just Mailbox to access your Gmail account. I wondered if the new combined Mailbox/Dropbox would end up storing the duplicate archive of your mail in your Dropbox folder in order to have more control and provide better performance for cloud searches. If this is the case, heavy email users would quickly find themselves needing a paid pro storage tier starting at $9.99 a month on Dropbox. Integrating email with Dropbox raises a number of questions. Will Dropbox start their own email service with Mailbox as the front end? If Mailbox continues to be a front end to Gmail, is it at risk of Google changing API rules to thwart competitors? If Mailbox users had a synced copy of their email data in their Dropbox, would that make switching over to a Dropbox-hosted service a snap? Will the eventual iHope desktop version of Mailbox be a paid app or service? If Mailbox can draw new users to Dropbox and convert more existing users up the freemium chain, it will be well worth the estimated 9-figure price tag. And, as with Facebook's acquisition of Instagram, Dropbox is hiring Gentry Underwood and the team behind the product as well for their ability, I assume, to not only continue to improve Mailbox but to develop other products as well. In my last story I asked whether Google or Apple might buy Mailbox. I thought someone would eventually, but I didn't think Dropbox or this soon. With 20/20 hindsight, of course, it all makes perfect sense.